Hello, folks! Welcome back for another episode of Schwaaard's Follies. This time we are going to be back on the ladder, and we are going to be taking with us IO's D&D deck. In this case, D&D stands for Dagoth and Dragons, because that is in fact what we were playing. As you can see here by the deck list, lots of dragons, and in Dagoth colors. Need I say more? And again, as this deck is coming from one of our skilled builders, if it is shown to be deficient through my playing today, it is indicative of nothing other than my poor playing ability, because I'm almost positive this has gotten good results for IO. He's a good fella, and I don't think he's setting me up. And having looked at the deck list briefly, it looks pretty darn good to me. So I think Banana Schwaaard, I think the very first time I ever watched you play, you were running a Dagoth Dragons deck. And that's when I was informed that you were in fact a Dragons fan. And so, but ironically enough, like every time after that we would stop in on one of your games, you were never playing dragons. It was like that was your MO when I first got to know you, and then shortly thereafter, nary with the dragons heard from again. I'm not sure if that could just be anecdotal. I just happened to. Okay, we're gonna start off with Mudcrab Merchant and Serpentine with the ring. Let's see if we can get something a little better, a little bit lower. We don't want to get too greedy. We are up against another Dominion. Good to see Dominion on here. It's not that I'm not a fan of it, I just... I'm certainly not... It's not an issue of the fan. Mudcrab Merchant, ooh. Almora Puppeteer. We're going to take this one because, I mean, it's a 5/5 body, but I don't think... Well, you know what? He's actually running the right colors. Watch, with my luck, he's running a Khajiit deck. He's a... Oh, no! You're welcome, sir. You're welcome. Tag nabbit. I just thought of that. You know, it's one of those things where you say, oh, I just now thought of it. I thought of it belatedly. But really, that should have been my first thought, is let me look at his colors. Look, he's running... What are the... Okay, well, yep, that was a premature... Tiny Dargan there. But the good news is... Flame Spear takes to the field. Breathe fire, brave Flame Spear. Let him play another one power creature. That's actually... that's not great. Do we spend it on that? It's cards played, right? Yeah. So I guess we can do this. A little bit of that. Do a little bit of this. And we'll do a little bit of that. Alright, so again, didn't break a rune. Well, I couldn't have broken a rune anyway, but I wouldn't have because he's got this big old drain creature on the board. He's going to give me cards, which is good because I kind of need them. We've got our woodland lookout for heals, should we need it. Hopefully he does not have a javelin for this. Okay, we're not seeing a ton of Khajiit, so I don't feel too bad, but we definitely are going to get rid of this rally. That's for sure. And I didn't actually look to see, but I obviously if you have... Oh, she has drain now too. Dagnabbit. Alright, so we're just gonna load up our lookouts here. We've got a Dargan coming down next turn, a big old glacial dragon. Like I said, I would have hit face if she didn't have drain, but I don't. But again, dragons, I think typically dragons, oh no, we got to get rid of him. We got to get rid of him. That's not great. Wow, the one time she gets no love, the one time she does, and she gets nuked. How do you like them? So I don't know if we're running. What is it? I don't know if we're running Leafler, but I mean, obviously great synergy with Flame Spear. So we might do... Alright, so he's all about the shackles there. That's fabulous. Yeah. That's why I was trying to get rid of him. Wait. Why did that... I don't know. Don't even know. But I'll tell you what we're gonna do.
Care to make a friendly wager?
There's a little bit of that. So we have built a decent board. Obviously they are running the mass removal with...
You can't defeat me!
Okay, that's not what we were worried about. And Congo can take care of that guy. Kavich! Kvatch! What are you doing, Kavachi? You're getting shackled together. That's a nice combo right there. Yeah, let's just go ahead and punt. It gets a 7-4 with breakthrough on the board. Point. Point. Anybody know what that's from? Point. No. Claws. Okay, that wasn't very good, but... How are you using barter? I don't know. That just happened to be okay.
This was a worthy.
And we'll let Flame Spear finish it off. Huzzah for us! We were able to prevail. Our first game out, and we get a dub. Huzzah! And we're out of the snick. Huzzah again! And I will answer Beatrice truthfully and honestly and say, it's what I was given. I'm playing a one of Io's decks. I don't change the content, so I'm rolling with what he gave me. All right, and here we go again. Back into the fray. I cannot tell you how, goodness gracious, it has been crazy. So I have a field recorder that I've been using since 2013, I guess. So I've had it for a long time, and it's been really great. It's a Zoom H6, and it lets you hook up like XLRs and stuff into it. Great little device. Unfortunately, it has just yesterday randomly it ate my sound card.
Luck to your house.
Another mud crab. Look at Mud Crab Merchant getting involved early. Okay, we're gonna keep 5th Legion because I have very rarely seen a snowballing Shadowmare. Not to say that he can't, but you very rarely get to see Shadowmare. You know, the 4/4 Shadowmare, the whatever Shadowmare. So we're just oh. Now here's the thing, folks. I could play 5th Legion now, but chances are something bad's going to happen. Okay, well, I'm going to play her now. I don't want to take too long because, Pwicky, I don't want to take up your time as I explain my quandary. Nut bunnies. All right. So what I'm thinking is we're going to want to ward her up so she does not die, because we want Old Salty's Assault next turn to get the full love. Oh wait, it's not next turn, the turn after that. Okay, we'll take this. You can have the Great Sigil Stone!
Go get them, Skywag.
Alright, but hey, props to Pwicky for running Aldora. A nice premium version of it, by the way. No! He's gonna take out my 5th Legion, isn't he? Yep. Yep. Alright, so Old Salty will not get the value. I told you they were gonna target that down. I should have waited. I should have waited. I mean, they're cleaning up the board pretty well, unfortunately. I mean, we are going to get to clear this mess off, but... I mean, we don't have... I mean, Blade's Lookout is more economical.
It's not enough to watch.
And we can... Our Reflective Automaton can trigger it next turn. Well, like I said, oh my gosh! Alright, Wiki, running some seldom seen stuff, but again, you notice these are all premiums, so I am not at all fooled.
Mud crab merchant.
Ooh.
Read my lips. Mouth paw.
Really? We're running Dark Harvester? Give a creature cover. I guess. Interesting. Io, what have you given me here? Why didn't I look at this deck in better detail to know what I was playing? I'm a little surprised at some of these offerings, to be honest. But Io is a much better player than I, so man, he's really got a knack for taking out value generating cards the turn before I'm about to play them, or the turn before they're about to become useful. But that is okay with me. Now here's the thing: do I burn? No, I was going to say play Tiny Dragon to clear this lane out. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I hate to do it. You could say I should play hand. I just don't like what's going on over here. He makes me a little bit nervous. And that at least trades very well. All right, so this is an ice storm dream right here. So hopefully, Quickie, you are not running an ice storm. I don't think you are, because I think you would have just triggered it right then and there.
Be on your guard.
All right, so we do have a bit of a guard. He's plundering now. Is he going to be able to play his plunder? He is. And he's going to stab one of my crabs. But luckily, that actually probably might have been a net loss for him, just because he injured him enough to make a one-off trade feasible. Tell you what, let's do... It's the better use of magic. It still puts a 5/5... Well, puts a 5/5 instead of a 5/4, so in theory it's a little bit better. And since we don't need the drain... Yeah, I was going to get felled anyway. Alright. So our opponent is... definitely in a tight spot. Wait, was that... Oh, wait. Okay, I owe yet another apology. It may very well be that I mud crabbed those two options. Yeah, that's what it was. Those weren't in the deck. Those were just random things from a mud crab. So I actually mistakenly put... Yeah, no, so my apologies, I don't know why I didn't... Oh, he's playing a singleton. And does the things. Cling into life. Cling into life.
To dust with you.
I think we can... Oof. No, we're shut down. Once again, we are... Oh, you know what? I probably could have frost-scaled. Yeah, I could have frost-scaled. I screwed that up. So, Pwiki, sorry, I forgot what this guy can do. He's actually pretty darn impressive. We could have done that to get rid of Jazargo! We're gonna get to see some Jazargo shenanigans here, it would seem. I would think, hopefully. Come on, Pwiki, play that, yeah, there you go. Let's see what it does. Let's see what happens. Okay. GG, interesting deck there. Like I said, I could have finished that off last turn. I was just being... I think I got him confused with the Shackle guy. But obviously, I am not operating at the best of my mental capacity here, since I didn't even realize that I was getting those cards, Dark Harvester, from the Mudcrab Merchant. So, again, my apologies for doubting you, Io. But notice I actually did not doubt you. I simply said, your ways are higher than mine. You know better than I do. So I didn't doubt you. I just assumed he's got it figured out. But then I later realized I was just being silly. I'm not really sure. I mean, that's a sign of a good deck. If I can play, essentially, while going through a very prolonged brain fart. We don't have the ring. I'm thinking this is probably going to be Gabo, and that would be a nice thing to have, but I didn't pick it, so there we go.
Luck to your house.
But if we had the ring, I probably would have kept it. But I was hoping to get maybe a tiny dragon or something like that.
Fivefold venerations.
Fivefold venerations, my friend. Well, we can go Ghost Sea Lookout into Serpentine Stalker, and I think it's suffice to say we are not playing against Gabos. So let us see what Attic is actually playing. I'm guessing it's maybe a Shout Scout, Parthenax Loot Shout Scout. Well, it's definitely let me guard up here, Shout Scout. Or Scout. We now have a ward, my lady. And we're not going to attack with you because then we lose our ward and we don't kill the Dark Guardian. So yeah, we are definitely up against a control deck, which is fine because dragons actually are very, very good for that. So our plan, we should in theory Old Salty as Assault, but no, I think we're going to Stone's Throw. Yeah, oh yeah, this is juicy right here.
See you dead.
It's juicy. Juicy as heck. Look at that big old Serpentine Stalker. So we just had the right cards at the right time, which is always nice. Speaking of Stalker, hey, we got a theme here going. What's all this about? We got a Night Stalker, we got a Stalker. He said, and I quote, "This deck is very you."
Slay the unworthy.
I'm kidding, of course, he didn't say that, but he may as well have. We're going to make him even bigger. We're going to sacrifice her. And we are going to... We're putting him over there just in case we get a Viper. Obviously, this is probably a juicier Viper target anyway. But I like splitting lanes, especially with this guy because he can attack in both lanes. So he's not really... Okay, that does present a bit of an issue.
The hist heals and rejuvenates.
Alright, so really trying to get some drain going on here. Or some ramping, our opponent is. Yeah, and honestly, I probably should have just hit salties on that one.
As long as you're here.
Alright, so, again, this is all a mind game. In theory... He's gonna wanna... I'm gonna kill off that one. And I should have Mudcrab Merchant first. Do not do as I do.
Read my lips. Mouth paw.
Because I could have actually pulled something from him that would have changed everything and made my life amazing. Yes! Ha! Mind game ho! Now, one day that's going to bite me in the butt because someday somebody... I knew it! What did I say? 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 Brain fart my butt. I'm a freaking genius, y'all. Freaking genius. And this time I'm not going to miss lethal. We can... No, yes I am because that's not what I wanted to do.
Churlish lout.
I was going to say I could use that
Did I
to...
stutter or something? Mud crab merchant. Read
Ooh, I will
my
take
lips.
that. You see? And that's why you always draw first.
I shall be your eyes and ears.
Get rid of that. Alright, so we've got this one. Attic, good game. We just... this is a very potent deck. A very potent deck. And our opponent has ramped like the Dickens.
The watch is mine.
I mean, we have not seen any sign of the Midnight Burial, Alduin, board hackness stuff there. And okay, our opponent is putting up a fight, but... I want to make sure we can't get lethal before I do this. Yeah. I didn't bother to do all the maths. Maybe we could have pinged it down. We didn't need to do much,
This
but
was a worthy contest.
I thought it was more respectful just to get that done. And if you quit in the middle of it, that's fine. But I didn't know. Maybe if we made the right trades, we could have done it. But we're doing good here. Doing good. So yeah, for me to be clearly, I can't talk. Believe it or not, folks, I think deep thoughts most of the time during most of the day. But if I wait too long, like it's 6 o'clock now on Tuesday. So in theory, I should have done this yesterday or earlier today, but I dragged my feet a little bit. And so here I am playing it a little late. Because I do need to get, because the move is swiftly approaching, I need to get next week's Monday and Wednesday done. And I'm going to call it in lieu of live. I'm going to try to do a 2-hour episode featuring other people's... Ooh, actually, no, you know what? Well, but that's a crappy ordering, isn't it? Let's just do this. Megadeth 68. Mage, you very rarely... Mage is either like Action Mage, which is ironic because it sounds like it's exciting, but it's actually very boring. Action Mage or... what's the one with the banner person thing and the stuffs? You know what I'm talking about. The forward camp. Forward camp. So it's a slow build aggro, or I don't know a better way to put it. But considering what we're seeing here, I don't think it is that. I think we are facing
Fly like the wind and the shadows protect me.
Should I just Tiny Dargan that little guy? I mean, I could be shooting myself in the foot, but nope. Nice.
The watch is mine.
Huh. Okay. Okay. Oh. Deal 6 damage. How did I already get that? Is that... I mean, it's an action. That'll work. Oh, is that... I didn't bother to read it. I think that's... It gets more power based on how many dragons you have on the board. So this is going to be a nice clean board to put an Old Follies Assault. Unfortunately, it could also be a board to get Ice Stormed into oblivion.
Mud crab merchant.
But we can't do much about that, can we?
Mouth paw.
All we can do is play with the cards that have been given us. So that is what we shall do.
Shall take you.
Oh, this is Ice Storm. I feel it in my bones. I feel it in my achy, jaded bones. Don't do it. Okay, alright.
How can Uncle Crassius help?
That works for me. You want to gain health before I break a rune? You are more than welcome to it, my friend. I shan't stop you. Still gonna get a little bit of damage there. We're gonna draw first this time. Learn from our mistakes. We will take Barbas.
Mouth paw.
And do we give him charge? What do we do? You know what? We're gonna make it spicy because I don't want to break a rune right now, and I don't necessarily want to guard up. We're gonna see what random danger we get. Hey, legendary Bringer of Nightmares. Cool. And we've got Manticora for things. He's a guard with destruction capabilities. Pretty cool. We like that. We might bring over Nightmares this next turn, actually. Well, now let's go ahead and break a rune, see what happens. Okay.
I will rend your flesh.
What do you have for us, Nightmares? Oh! We will... Really, sir? That doesn't shackle, though, right? Because it didn't damage him? Yeah. Alright, Megadeth68, I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt that it was just, hey, we do, like, I know people, we bemoan many times the technical difficulties we have. Perhaps he's in a part of the world where it happens or whatever, but at this point, since I haven't done anything dastardly or devastating, I would imagine either that or he was like, dude just pulled a freaking Bringer of Nightmares off of Barbas, I'm out. But again, just quit. Just concede. No harm in that. I do it all the time. Well, this is awkward. So, I guess in the meantime, what shall we talk about? Wheel. That move's coming up. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to being over with. It's like a roller coaster, you know, going up the hill. And it's nerve-wracking, but then once you get to the top, it's almost a relief. Like, I hate roller coasters, I really do. I like the speed, I don't like the hill. I don't like the drop, I don't like what it feels like in your stomach. It's not my bag. And here's a funny story for you guys. Well, not a funny story, it's a tragic story, actually. So I was so definitely, so, and I'm vindicated because, well, here, let me start at the beginning. When I was like 5 or 6, my granddad, we went to an amusement park in Maryland called Wild World. And they had the Wild World roller coaster. It was their signature coaster. And it was pretty much just like, you know, an old school wooden roller coaster. But the way the hill is designed, you know, you can have a really tall hill, but it has a gentler slope, or the way it curves down, it just does it in a way that it's not quite as bad. And then you can have somewhere it's like, it almost feels like an elevator drop for even a section of it, and then it levels out. And it just so happens that Wild World roller coaster was... one of the worst ones, because when I rode it later in life, he did have an Ice Storm. He did run Ice Storm. He just didn't draw it. Am I missing lethal? I mean, I don't think he's coming back, but just gonna do that.
Up to the skies.
Wow, 2 Ice Storms. So his Ice Storms are at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, he could have wiped us out. This game could have gone sideways on us really quick, but luckily it didn't, and unfortunately Megadeth is just being a poo-poo head about it, or giving the benefit of the doubt, no internet connection. Anyway, I rode this thing, and my granddad assured me that it wasn't going to be bad. He's a great granddad. He's not a bad granddad, but he assured me that it was going to be fine. It wasn't going to be scary or anything, and it totally was. I was traumatized, and I never wanted to ride a roller coaster again. But I would go to amusement parks because I liked the amusement parks, at least the ones that we had out in like Busch Gardens. You know, had really great landscaping. Like there was a lot to do other than just ride roller coasters. And I mean, I even had a birthday. Like my parents let me like take one friend to King's Dominion, which was in Virginia, for my birthday. And I took a friend, and he was a big roller coaster guy, and we would just, I walked with him in line, and we just, like when we got up to the top, I just stepped over the car, and he just rode it by himself. And I did that again. I went with another group of friends. It was my friend and his younger brother, and then their childhood gal pal, girlfriend, but not girlfriend. She wasn't like their friend, but anyway, her name was Natalie. Very, very nice gal. She was on the dance team and the cheerleading team, but just genuinely just a really nice person. Not, well, I don't want to say not your stereotypical bad girl or snotty girl cheerleader. Put it that way. Just a really nice, down to earth gal, and she was pretty. She definitely was pretty. So there were 4 of us. That's the exact number you need to, you know, ideally to ride two abreast in different roller coasters, or on the roller coaster. But I was so scared of riding those roller coasters that we don't have a ring, so gonna go for a little less, thinking this is gonna be an aggro deal. Hand of Dagoth is gonna be good for that, and Mud Crab, good. I would say our mulligan was a relative success based on that. What was I saying? So yeah, I was so that, you know, she wasn't trying to guilt me or anything, but she was like, you know, we'd get up there and she's like, "Are you going to ride this with me?" And I was like, I can't. I am scared to death of roller coasters. And she's like, "Please," you know, and again, just was very nice, wasn't pressuring, but just was like making it clear she wanted to ride it with me. And I don't think she had a crush on me or anything. I just think she wanted, you know, she was just being nice. But ooh, well, it is definitely orky. So maybe, well, no, that's fine. That's fine. We're going to do this. And this is, I don't mind using blades to trade because our opponent's going to give us cards aplenty. And if he doesn't get the job done, Earthbone is going to get it done for us. And then we can Hand of Dagoth to start getting our health back. But bottom line, I'm realizing the story is becoming anticlimactic the longer it goes unaddressed.
We must protect the Night Mother.
Alright, so...
They won't get a drop on me.
Talking mud crab merchant.
Read my lips.
I mean, he does seem to have weapons. But I kind of want the body.
Need a poultice.
And we're going to hold off. This is an orc aggro. I don't know that we want to be racing it. Although, yeah, so I think we're going to burn Clan Night Stalker. Oof. Alright, so this is going to be a big gamble right here, folks. If we pick the wrong one, we're going to pick him. No, yes.
As long as you're here, try.
Alright, so Garnag, let's see. Garnag trait, he survives. We're gonna go this route. We're gonna go this route, and
Do you taste my poisons?
yeah. We're gonna hold off. We're gonna see what happens. See if we have faked our opponent. Please, Garnag. Please, Garnag. Please, Garnag. Yes. We are getting lucky with those. And it's just a mindset, really. You just go, I mean, and it's really, it kind of sucks for the opponent because really you don't want to choose the unlikely one because it's a actually bad choice on the face of it. It's only a bad choice if it flies in the face of what I'm saying. So, I mean, here's the question: do we? Oh, hang on a second. Sorry. Oh well. Okay. Do we? Do we hand? Or like? I don't know. I feel like Earthbone.
As long as you're
I mean,
here,
this is bad in that regard, but Sure. We lose a lot of his efficacy because now he'll just be a guard, but...
See how an orc lord
Ooh,
fights.
we are going to earthbone the crap out of that guy. We are going to earthbone him to
You
pieces.
do serve a fine feast.
Keep your distance.
We of the Reach adapt and survive.
And you see, we're just slowly building up our board. I think next turn we may just go face. We've got Old Salty. And we got the hand. We got the Alfeek Conjurer. Well, we want to Old Salty before we Alfeek, for sure. Because hopefully that's going to put down the Reflective Automaton.
Somebody to crack some heads.
That's a scary thing. I mean, I hate doing it. I hate Earthboning. Oh, we can't silence him. Okay, well, there we go.
Name it. I'll forge it.
He is going to snowball considerably. That's dangerous. That is very, very, very freaking dangerous. We can't. He's going to double. I mean, he may be able to finish us next turn, depending on. Well, no, he's only going to go to 6. But yeah, that loot is really trouble.
Or come to die.
If he can get it up higher than that, we are in dire straits, my friends. Like if he can, well, no, yeah, if he just does whatever, if he doubles it, if he's able to trigger it, which I'm guarantee he is, we are truly and rightly screwed. Because then he's gonna have 16 health at least. Okay, there goes Hand of Dagoth. And the reason I waited on hand was just so that I could get him to play his silence beforehand. Wow. We are totally screwed at this point. This is... Yeah, we're done. Because we're not going to be able to take down the big guy. Now we don't have enough firepower on the board, and we can't silence it. So yeah, we're pretty much... He's going to be able to just finish it off next turn. Oh no! So now it just doubles to 6. I mean, that's still not great. I cannot believe we're unable to silence that guy. But you know what? We're going to trade in. And Old Salty's Assault.
Mud crab merchant. Read my
Ooh.
lips. Mouth paws.
Actually, that's not what we want to do. Well, yeah, kind of. Actually, we have to do it because he probably has lethal next turn. So he's going to be able to survive, but he's going to be puny. And I am going to just go face because I don't think we're going to be able to last. If he's going to keep leveling that guy up. So we're going to have to see if we can finish this off.
Here you need somebody to crack some heads.
Oof. We have 3, 6, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. It's not enough. Oh no, maybe it's just enough. Maybe it's just enough. If he doesn't touch anything else on the board, if he removes anything, we're screwed.
You get one shot. Make it good.
Oh, there it goes. There it goes. There was our lethal. He's going to double up to 8.
Nobody
So
gets
yeah,
in my
I mean,
way.
again, what are the odds that he'd be able to trigger, that he'd be able to pull loot that soon?
The day is mine.
That's a bummer.
Did I stutter or something?
And he was able to take off just enough. That was exact lethal. He took 5 points of damage off. I mean, that does 9. That ain't good enough. And I think it's very unlikely that he doesn't have... Right? This is immune to silence, right? Yep. Yep. We're just going to do this just because I just don't want to have another creature on there, but all he needs to do is find 5 damage and this game is over. I mean, and hey, seeing that orc guy actually survive is great. It's just the odds. Anything but loot. Dang it. Yep, he's got it.
This was a worthy contest. At the ready. Right.
All right, come on, dude. You know what?
I bow
Seriously,
to
man.
your victory.
I know some of you like to see it played out. I'm not tilted, I'm not salty, but it's like, okay, like it was a little frustrating to have him get exactly what he needed at the right time. But I mean, that's the game. I mean, you can't. There are going to be games like we've had it against us, and we've seen it against other players where it really seems like the game's not giving you a chance. We had a chance, and maybe y'all could point out some misplays. Maybe I punted it at some point or should have done something differently. But it seemed like he had just what he needed with each turn. Like again, he was able to pull that 5 power off the board, which is all we needed to be able to push. And that's just the way the game goes. I mean, that's how the game. You can't just be like, well, I'm playing these cards, so I should win. You can't think that way. So I think we were in the mix, and it just didn't go the right way. But I mean, come on, man! Like I don't need to see it. I don't need to see it. It was kind of a long game anyway, and that always twists the knife. That's why I like playing against aggro a lot of the times. Not that particular one, but I typically like going against aggro because you know, if you are going to get your butt kicked, it's going to happen quick, and it's less painful. That was a long, drawn out deal, and we were one freaking stone whatever jackass orc away from a win or a loot away. Again, 50 cards in the deck. What are the odds you pull that one? We need a leaf lurker in here, Io. We needed a leaf lurker in here. We're gonna.
Friend.
This is tribunal. Chances are it is control-y, which means execute for this young lady right here. But that's okay. She lived a long and full life.
Thanks.
Remical, the tormentor. Hopefully you won't torment me. Hopefully you are not tormented, because I remember the steed was a pain in the butt.
I will have your head.
Now, I would venture to guess that our opponent has channeled Storm. And that is going to end our gambling endeavors. Sadly. I could be wrong. I seem to be better at calling when general bad things are going to happen, like, I hope my opponent doesn't have an answer for this, or I hope my opponent doesn't have the one thing that I can't answer. But specifics, no, I'm actually pretty good at those two. I Crushing Blow or Channeled Storm. Come at me, Remical. Today, preferably. Okay. Not what I was expecting, and not the worst thing in the world. That's a very peculiar... Very interesting.
You bet on the wrong side.
I will have your head.
We're gonna Old Salty next turn. So he's gonna make the trade here, and we'll Old Salty into this lane. He won't be able to Ice Storm over it because we have the rings, so we're very lucky in that. I'm guessing there's an Ice Storm waiting for us, though. But honestly, I wouldn't have expected Deadly Draugr either, so I'm not entirely sure what we're up against. Remical could be a relatively new player and is, you know, you remember those days where he's just kind of piecing decks together. I've pretty much, I think I've said that in every video. We've always come across an opponent that seems like they're relatively new to the game. But there was one guy, well, no, the Ice Storm with whatever deck he was running, that guy, he did not have premiums. It's just peculiar when you see a deck that runs premiums, with a lot of premiums, doing weird things. Okay, so he's going to survive? No. Hold up. Okay, now I mean...
Error was mine.
Yeah.
I must apologize.
And that wasn't a taunt. That's me saying I'm sorry. Like, yeah, that wasn't what you wanted to do, my friend. I understand that.
Mud crab, merchant. Read my lips. Mouth paw.
Oh my gosh, but he has Prophecies of Plenty, and a good one at that. So, okay, but at least he understood his error, because when I saw him do it, I was like, oh gosh, we are definitely playing, like that's what the AI does. When you play against the computer, it does stuff like that. It'll put a bunch of weapons on a character or a card that doesn't need it in order to kill it. Oh geez, he's got all the guards. Jeez Louise. Whale. We're going to do this just because we want a fresh assault in that lane. Please. Oh, actually, I didn't realize it.
Read my lips.
It bled into that lane.
Mouth paws.
That's interesting. But it looks like we are going to... We're going to be able to... Well, I don't know. Again, Ice Storm clears off all of our Whittle Crabby Crabs.
Identify yourself.
Alright, that's a prophecy, and it's guards. It's not pleasant. It doesn't make me happy, but... Oh, jeez. Maybe he's got the... What is it? The guard... you know, the guard thing? Okay, I need to... Smarten up here a little bit. What do you get with prophecy here? Nope. Okay. Alright. Survives. So I think Garnag is premature. That ignores guards. And it survives Ice Storm. If he's got the thing that kills everything but one creature in each lane, that could be a problem for us. Dawn's Wrath is not online. So I think we're in good shape. I think. Yeah, so anyway, so the roller coaster thing. So, if I could be regretful of anything, it would be, well, not of anything, but
This was
game
a worthy contest.
2. Harpy? Nope. Oh, that's it. North Guards. If you know, like, I don't know. Why can't I talk? Why can't I think? I can't do anything. I was gonna start my Borderlands 2 commentary after this, but considering how dumb I sound right now, and yes, I'm saying right now, you may roll your eyes and go, what's different? It sounds just like you do every other day, but I think I sound incredibly stupid right now. So I'm not going to start today. I will start tomorrow morning with that, as well as getting the other games done. But yeah, but there's degrees of regret. Like, you know, sometimes you have a regret that makes you kind of cringe. Like, no matter how Publius Quintus. I'm sure that actually means something. It sounds like a legit name. Well, Quintus I know from Gladiator, but Publius,
Luck to
it sounds funny or odd enough that I don't think you would. It's not like Maximus Aurelius or whatever it was. Maximus Aurelius? Aurelius. I am Maximus Aurelius Petrovius Malovius, husband to a murdered wife, father to a murdered son, and I will have my vengeance in this time, or in this life or the next. This is not worth Tiny Dargan. Ungulum is not worth deploying our Tiny Dargan. Unfortunately, we don't really have anything else to do, so we might just Tiny Dargan next turn. Or we'll barter. You can have our Tiny Dargan, and we will take your red. See, now that if I could qualify my apology, I would apologize. But I mean, it's also sorry, not sorry. Like I'm not sorry that I got that.
I will cut your
How do I say?
Must I do everything myself?
I must apologize.
So I don't know because. Like, I do want to convey that I'm sorry. Like, okay, I'm not sorry to have the card. I am sorry that the game gave me the card. Put it that way. That's the right way. Because I was like, no, I feel like an apology is fair. Like, I'm not being a jerk about it by apologizing. But I'm not apologizing for having the card. I'm apologizing for the game giving it to me. So I'm glad to have it, but it sucks for my friend Publius. And we are definitely going to want to make that trade. Well,
they're in my sights.
Yeah, because Cruel Firebloom isn't going to take care of our Blood Dragon. So I'm not too worried about that. Usually that's the combo we have to worry about when the Cat's Paw's on the board. And we're going to take her out if he doesn't nuke her.
I
He gonna hit me in the face? He's gonna hit me in the face! How dare you, Publius? How dare you, sir?
We must count on our wits.
Methinks he may be a bit miffed at the old, you know, getting a card taken thing. So I think we're gonna take her out to deprive him of the card draw, and then we will burn Clan Captain to get rid of his swims at night.
As long as you're here, try to be useful.
We'll see what... I mean, he just did pull an action. I didn't even think what it would be. In the circumstance, probably not a Ice Storm. Maybe a Sorcerer's Negation, which would actually be pretty good for him. Maybe a Lightning Bolt? I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We probably should be pushing... Oh, that's just as bad. Well, not really.
Nothing will stop my rise.
Well, yeah, I guess kind of, sort of. I can't decide. Is it bad or not? We are going to give him a little bit of this. Pow. And you... I want to do this so we can trade favorably there. Yeah. Might not be the best. We could get another silence and he'll be able to do that, but at least our Blood Dragon stays alive for another turn. Of course, he knows we've got the Red Brahmin sitting there, so even though it's an asset, he knows it's something we have, so he's going to try to avoid it as much as possible, or avoid allowing me to maximize its potential. Still have 2 damage on the board. He took 3 damage off. We still have... Okay, never mind. Never mind. Alright, Jerkface. I'm not talking about our Publius, I'm talking about that Martella. And again, because he hasn't used his action yet. Ooh. We are not giving him that. No, indeed. So I would be surprised if we don't get it. I think he may have gotten an Ice Storm just anticipating. There it is. Nope, and Kano. Ooh, well that is our Abner Tharn target, isn't it? And we are going to...
I will not be on the wrong side of history.
You could argue that we should be going face right now with everything, just trying to close this out as quickly as possible. Okay, that stings a little bit.
Feel the power within you.
Okay. I don't think that's worth a Red Brahmin. What is this? 4, 7, so we can play Tiny Dargan. Oh no, we want to play Night Scale.
Read my
We'll
lips.
do this.
Mouth paw.
Or Frost Scale, I guess, is what we want. Didn't forget to use them this time. Take that, guard. And then we do the pokes, and the pokes, and the bigger pokes, and the bigger pokes. There's a negation. So Publius looks like is not drawing, probably has just had a not great draw this time. Alright, big snack. If he's got another one, that's going to slow us down considerably. Well, okay, yeah, so he's pulling out all the... Okay, not a bad target there. Hoping for the high roll against Abner. He's going to pull out another Viper. So yeah, he's pulling out Telvanni's dirty trick. So my sympathy or my empathy for his plight is dwindling quickly, because he is doing all the Telvanni stuff that gets on your nerves. He's just doing it later, but it could still be enough to... Oh, you know what? What is one of them? One of them's just the +1/+1, so we're going to do that. We are going to do that.
Because it will keep you safe.
And we're just going to... I was going to exalt it, but we don't really need all the other attributes. All we need is this one.
Did I stutter or something?
Which doesn't give us the win, but it does put us in a good place. Ice Storm is not going to be good enough. 2 Ice Storms would be good enough. Why did I say that? I don't know. It seems like I'm asking for a kick in the face, but we shall see. Anywho, like I was saying about regret, you know, you have those where you do one of these numbers. I don't know about you. I do that. Like, there are certain things when I think about a decision I made or a moment, it just kind of makes me, I'm like, oh, that was painful. That was painful. Hey, I've got a Mana Marco too. How did that happen? A Viper? Oh. Okay. I mean, crude but effective. Well, I mean, crude. I guess. Good game. Publius. Perhaps I was pronouncing it incorrectly, but good game.
This was a worthy contest.
All right, so yeah, as expected, Io's deck is doing very, very well, even in the hands of a bumbling buffoon such as myself. We are now at the mage's face. And we're going to go ahead and log in. Probably another game or two. I'm a little torn because I know I'm not going to be real. I don't think I'm going to be able to get to rank 4. And y'all can chime in too, your preference. Like right now, I know gauntlets are a popular thing. I'm not the best at building gauntlet decks. Maybe I'll do kind of like what I'm doing here. Be like, okay, Joe, okay, Fluffy, anybody who's does really well with the gauntlet. Hey, if you want me to showcase a deck, since I don't get to see you playing it, I'll play somebody's deck list and run the gauntlet with somebody else's list, and you'll see, and we can see how well that does. Or I can, I think Old Salty on curve. I don't think we can give that up. I don't think we have to worry about getting rushed down by Telvanni. So I think
luck to your house.
I think we're going to be okay. Play an Old Salty to Salt. Now watch me get rushed down. Nope. Okay. We're not going to ring anything out just yet. We'll just be able to play Woodland into Serpentine. Oh, look at you. Look at you, the little guy.
Look to the skies.
And next turn is Old Salty. So this is an RNG, I wouldn't say nightmare, but it's one of those things where all it has to do is come down in the right lane on the right. Hey, look at Returnal playing some. Oh, he guessed correctly. That sucks for me. What does that do for him again? All his cards get +1/+1. So good for you, man. Good for you. Lethal. Ash Servant. I feel like Ash Servant could do some damage against us here. And crabs get first blood. You want my blood? Whereas we can use Ash Servant to, if he makes a trade here, which I don't think he will, but if he
Out
does...
of my way, worm.
Oof. Oh, man. This sucks.
I have my orders.
Not gonna lie, this sucks.
Do not think to
Sucks
sneak
a
by
lot.
me.
Do this. We're gonna do this. Crab. Trade. Face. Ice Storm incoming. It's all right. He held us off really well there. I'm guessing this guy will come down if he doesn't have Ice Storm on curve. Third card in. Did he hold it from the mulligan?
Some tasks cannot be delegated.
Jeez. Oh boy, we're in for a hurting, folks. I don't think we're gonna be able to get rid of that guy. And it's. Ooh, yes we are. Yes we are. Ring out the belly G. And if he wants to play him again, he does so at his own peril. Oh wait, did he just get nuked? Oh yeah, because he's overdrawing now. Okay, and we got some big bodies in the wings, some stuff.
Hiding will not save you.
Okay. Not great, not gonna lie. Did that first just in case he hits a prophecy. I didn't want him to prophecy bolt my guy. Do we have... Oh, he's a singleton. Okay, that makes some sense. We want something that does not die to Ice Storm. Oh wow, I gotta say this probably, if I had to guess, either just legitimately good deck, bad draw, more than likely from what we're seeing, I think it might have just had a little too much of the greed in there, perhaps. We saw a lot of high-end cards getting burned. So I'm not saying definitively, but I mean, but kudos, man. Cassius, or Cadius, or whatever the heck his name is, the shirtless dude, the shirtless silver fox, I think is what they call it now, the aging gracefully old man. He never gets played. So kudos to Returnal for playing that. I mean, just finish strong, bro. Just finish it off. Just do the thing. Just be cool, man. Be cool. So anyway, like I was saying about regrets. So there's some where you cringe. Still, I mean, I'm thinking about something that happened back in 2002, and I'm still going, ugh. The Natalie thing isn't an but it is a like I said, she was a swell gal. And I'm not sure why, because I'm thinking, unless I remember her incorrectly, she was, like I said, very, very pretty. But just, I mean, like I said, she was very nicely and very gently really trying to encourage me. Just, hey, come on, would you just ride with me? Just in the nicest way possible. And so not only do I feel bad because I turned her down for such a simple request, so nicely asked, did it because of fear. And, yeah. I mean, we could be married with 17 children right now if I just hadn't... Because I'm sure if we rode the roller coaster together, we would have bonded in a way that just is profound. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind we would have gotten married. So yeah, maybe a little bit of regret there. I kid, of course. But... It is a regret. It's just a low-key regret. Because fear was involved. And that's one of the many instances in my life that I remember when I think about if I'm facing something that I know fear is a factor. Whether it's fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of whatever. And I almost get a little ticked at myself. I'm like, hey, no. You're not backing out of this just because of fear. Like, you gotta identify the fear, call it out, and then step over it. Because you never want to look back and realize that the only reason you didn't do something, whether it was amazing or not, the only reason you didn't do it was because of fear. I'm going to keep this because we have the ring. We've got some stuff to play.
Luck to your house.
Orc Guest. I think I've played Orc Guest before. I'm thinking I've played against Orc Guest. Don't know what nefarious deeds he's got up his sleeve, but all right. We are going to say Will-O-the-Wisp. That is going to be a good card to play after our opponent has undoubtedly smashed us in the face a few times.
Close ranks. Let nothing through.
Like I said, smashed us in the face.
Sniveling coward.
It's all right. Give me some cads. Happy to have some cads. We are not doing Mudcrab because we want this down. That way, if he plays anything with, he puts down those 4/1 Orky guys, we can nuke them out of orbit with our Flame Spear. Nobly go forward, Flame Spear. Nuke that. Oh, of course, he had to do the big one. We can't stones throw it. Oh boy. He's got 4 damage or 7 damage, but. So what I'm thinking we're going to do we want Will-O-the-Wisp now? Let's Mudcrab Merchant.
Talking Mudcrab Merchant. Read my lips.
We don't want to give him that,
Mouthpaw.
so we'll take it. He can have Haunted Manor. Although Haunted Manor probably is not a great idea either. So now, if he wants a value trade, well, if he wants to kill the most valuable thing on my board, he's going to have to trade. I don't think he's going to do that, though. He is an orc. I think he's going to go for my face. But we have hopefully enough creatures in the lane to be able to trade with him next turn. He probably has a Wood Orc Headhunter. If I had to guess, it's an Orc on turn 5 on curve. I would assume he's got the Headhunter.
Stand together, orcs.
He does not.
The
I am
battle
surprised.
shall be ours.
But boy, howdy, does he have a lot of other stuff. So he's going to take out my dragon anyway, because he can do the dragon. He can have the best of both worlds. He's a greedy guy, our Orc player. But he does die to our little chum here.
This is going to be messy.
What we really need, what we really need, is our Woodland Lookout, because we've got a lot of heals in our hand once we can get him. But oh, that's not good.
Close
He's gonna.
ranks,
That's
let
oh
nothing
boy.
through.
Yeah, that hurts.
Who dares face me?
Doink.
Gore and glory.
Doink. All right, he's getting us whittled down here, but we are going to do that so she has the ward, so she can protect herself. I'm just gonna go face with him.
Break your soul. As long as
Yeah,
you're
again,
here, try
probably
to-
not the best use of him because that's a trade anyway, but it keeps him off and it keeps our drain on the board, which is right now. That's our lifeline. Good gravy. Luck. Oh crap! Is he going to be able to break through? He's not.
Taste of my power.
He does get nuked out of orbit, which is nice.
Well fought.
Drain a little bit. I don't think it's over yet, my friend.
See you dead.
I mean, I don't think that he's taunting us. I think he's saying, hey, you did good, but if he's got a charge creature, we're doing this so we can finish it off next turn. I think he might have found a charger, so he's going to play one and then play a buffed up charger.
Or face my
Okay,
wrath. Close ranks, let nothing
that's
through.
not okay. That's not what we were afraid of. So we'll see. All right. Well, can we stones throw any of this stuff? We really can't. We really can't. We may have just gotten totally hosed. Well, let's play Tiny Dargan.
Oblivion awaits you.
8. Yeah, I want to make these trades here. If we can't finish him off, I don't want to give him any more stuff. Because he only needs is 6 damage with 9 magicka. He could have it. So that's oof.
Face me and die.
Okay, not a problem. Okay, we dodged it.
Well fought.
This was
Good
a
game,
worthy
sir. Good game.
contest.
This one is in no mood for you.
All right. So, Orc gave us a good show there, gave us a good finale to this video. So here's hoping you all do not have the cringe regrets or even the minor regrets. I'm sure we all do, though. If you live long enough, we all carry those scars. But we just have to get over it and look to the future and blah, 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 platitude, platitude. Really, the only thing that's important to remember is to keep playing.